Anime Impulse. Okay. Anime Impulse. I have a lot to say about that. For those that were there, no. I was a nervous wreck. Just a complete and utter disaster. I haven't done something like this in a long time. I haven't done like a meet and greet ever. Right? So it's like I haven't, just talking to people in general, I have not done in a long time. And since I'm a man trapped in a TV, it's actually somehow more difficult to talk to folks when you're trapped in a TV than if you were like in person. It's interesting because, you know, like people would wave at me. And it's like it's just because I can't use body language. You know what I mean? You can't use body language. You can't, you know, I can't express that well. So, you know, people would wave at me. They're like, okay, bye, Bettel. And I'd be like, that's me waving. The people that came in were very, very sweet. It was nice talking to you. I said on my panel, I apologize to the first 29 people out of like 30 something or whatever, because I was not doing well. I gave a relatively lukewarm experience, I'm sure. Now I'm sure people that got to talk to me over the moon, right? Over the moon. But for me, I'm like, fuck, I could have done that better. I could have done that better. I had to talk to my manager afterwards because I'm like, I was stuck in streamer mode when doing this thing. Someone would come up and they would say like, Bettel, can you sing Supermassive Black Hole? I'm like, oh, I can't. Wait, I can? Can I? I can't. And then my manager pulled me over like afterwards and like, no, you can like do that. It's not being recorded. It's not being streamed. You can just do that. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah. And then there's like people would propose to me, which I know is like a tongue-in-cheek thing. But then I went like, oh, I can't accept that. That's parasocial. I can't do this. This is too like, am I gonna get in trouble? I can't make it look like, I can't do that. So I would just deny everybody. People just bring rings and shit. I'm like, no, I can't do that. That's too much. And my manager's like, no, it's like, it's just a bit of fun, you know, it's just like a bit of fun, you don't have to overthink it or anything. So I just broke everybody's heart, and then someone started singing Disney. They're like, sing Disney, come on, sing Disney. And I'm like, the whole con will get shut down if I say one phrase from that song. And they really wanted me to sing Disney, and I never did. So next time I'll have to go all out. So I basically just denied everybody's advances on anything that they wanted me to do. They're like, can you do this? No. Can you do this? Can you do this? No. And the worst part is, no one was like upset. It was just normal for me to say no to them. So I must have like fine conjured a fan base that is just prepared for complete and utter disappointment, which is terrible, but works to my benefit. There's a time where I would get crunchy. I was the only one that got crunchy. Like I would go into like 144p, things would fucking fall apart, and everyone's like, oh, that's so funny, that's so you. And then the lights like went out and stuff, and they're like, oh my gosh, take a picture with let me take a picture with Crunchy Bed with the lights off. That's so you. And I'm like, don't you want a good experience, or is it just funnier that you just had the trashiest, shittiest time ever? I've learned something about the panel. I like crowd work. You know, I would just, you know, I would fucking blow my nose and everyone's like, woo, woo, wow, yeah! And just fucking freak out. And I'm like, wait a second. I love this. This is incredible. I could say anything and I get there is a visceral, kinetic, you know, like reaction to what I say. So it's not an ego thing. Well, maybe it is, but it's just this thing where it's like, I like, it's a different aspect to entertainment that I've not experienced. And I like hearing the reaction of things from anybody. It just had such an environment that I liked. So that was exciting. I really liked doing it. We need to work on our fucking panel game, because like it wasn't bad, but let's just say our dismount is better than our mount. That didn't make sense. Our intro was not very good. We needed not at the Impulse staff. I'm saying like we had like, we're like, are we live? Are we here? Are we here? Oh, how do I sound? Do we sound are we here? And then it was that for like 15 minutes. Bad dismount, good landing. Yes, but it was fun. I had a lot of fun. It was good seeing everybody. There was a bunch of Bettel cosplays. Someone came in with a fucking skeleton, wearing a propeller hat. They were just lugging that shit around. It was like 6 feet tall. It was like taller than them, and they were just lugging this Jerry around. What is wrong with you? I never got to see this, and I never saw on Twitter, but the person that was handling like the meet and greets at Impulse, they're like, did you see the Bettel on the horse? And I said, the what? The what on the what? The Bettel on the horse. And I never got an answer as to what that meant or what that was. The Bettel on the horse. Was someone riding a real horse? There's no way. It must have been like those inflatable, like Halloween, makes it look like they're riding horses. It has to be that, right? But I never did that. That's one of the greatest mysteries. But there were so many Bettel cosplays. It warmed my heart just seeing everybody, and people said so many nice things, and I responded with a anxious response that was between the lines of thank you and I'm about to throw up. So it was good. It was good. It was really nice seeing everybody. It felt great. It really puts things into perspective of like what I do. So it was good. It was good. I you know, even if it's like a small fraction, it's like, oh, there's 1,600 people here. That's like that's a lot, you know. But it doesn't occur to me. To the person that was late to the meet and greet, you're welcome. I had like 30 seconds. This is not to make you feel bad. This was funny for me. I had like a minute to go onto the panel. And then my manager pings me and says, hey, someone was late. They couldn't get in, and they're here for the meet and greet. Are you able to jump in real fast and get a photo and stuff? And I said, oh, absolutely. But it was like 2.5 hours of meeting like X amount of people, and I was just drenched in like sweat. I had like a tension headache. Like it was just all this stuff. And I went to go say hello to this guy, and I was so happy that they got to make it. You know, it takes 4 seconds for me to hit 2 buttons and then be there in the meet and greet. I had no excuse to be like, no, they missed their opportunity. Try again next time. I would have met 300 people if I could. But that's exhausting. You know, it's I would have, you know, if there was I would have done it all day. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Really great experience. I want to do that every fucking month. You know, it's just that's just something I just feel like it's in my job description to do. It isn't, but I would love to do it.
They'll fall.